feeling rather blocked recently, especially creatively. So when these 3 cards came out this week, I knew exactly what the cards were trying to tell me. I know I try and rationalize everything. I try and control everything. I am definitely what people would call a control freak. And sometimes I try and control things that should not be controlled, especially so intensely, so heavily. Things like my creative outlets, for example. I try and put pressure on myself to create more and more. I will feel like I haven't done anything in terms of expressing my creativity. Like the little things that I do on a day-to-day basis, whether it be drawing with my kids or knitting or even editing a video. It just never seems like it is enough. I feel like there's always more I need to do in order to express myself creatively. Even these journals, well, I see them very much as a creative outlet. I also see them as kind of a distraction from being creative. I love to paint, and watercolor, which is what I primarily use in this journal, is not something I'm very good at, honestly. It is a new medium to me. It's something that only fairly recently have I begun working with and exploring. And I'm still learning. But because of this, I almost feel like working with watercolor is not hitting that creative, that creative energy that I need to release. It's like there are ideas within my head that I can't get out when doing something like watercolor, or even something like video editing. As I'm sitting here editing this video, I feel like it is very creative to do, but at the same time, because it's something that I am still learning, I feel like I can't truly express myself creatively, because there's skills I haven't learned, there's tools I haven't learned, there's limitations within the software that I am using, and my filming style. I'm still learning all of that stuff. So when I look at these 2 cards, the moon on the water and the creativity card, combined with the queen, the bear there, it's telling me that I need to get out of my head and stop limiting what creative expression really is. Why is this little painting in this journal not good enough? Why is it not expressing my creativity? It certainly is. It's just at a different level. This mountainscape may not be as beautiful as other mountainscapes I have created, but it still shows the creative energy that flowed through me as I worked on this page, and it was still a way to allow that creative energy to release. But again, that bear just sits there overlooking the valley and wanting to control and reason. It wants to understand why the sun sets and why the sun rises. But we can't always control everything. We can't always have all the answers, especially when it comes to creativity. Like, why did I feel inspired to do this? I don't know. I just did. And that should be good enough. But we are often so hard on ourselves that we don't allow ourselves to just express ourselves. So that is something that I definitely need to work on. And if that kind of energy resonates with you, I'd love to hear any tips or tricks that you have down in the comments below. Like, what do you do when a car is honking as you're trying to film a voiceover? What do you do when you're feeling like you're in a funk in terms of your creative outlets, or whatever your means of expression might be? You might not be a painter, you might not be an artist, you might be a crafter, or maybe you're one who prefers to tinker with electronics, or whatever it might be. What is that outlet for you? And how do you handle the feeling of it not being enough, especially when you are just learning? I feel like we don't give ourselves enough grace. We don't see the power in learning, right? Like that bear there, she's so strong sitting in her cave overlooking the plains below. But she doesn't give herself credit for her strength and her compassion and her willingness to protect her cubs and her livelihood. She just does it without a second glance. So how can we do that? And how can we not let our creativity be stifled by our own thoughts, by overthinking? And even then, sometimes it's okay to just not have the inspiration. It's okay to not want to create all the time. The sun sets and the sun rises, it flows, right? It moves through different phases. And we need to allow ourselves to move through those phases as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, this tarot journaling. If you did, please hit that subscribe button so I can see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.